He married me, then called me ugly at a party. My husband is still best friends with the girl he had a 6-year long-term relationship with, and he admitted I was ugly when they recently hung out. 32 feet, 38 meters. I have been married for 4 months, and we had dated for 2 years. This girl has been in his friend group for quite some time now, and it was never an issue till recently. We had hosted a little celebration recently, and at one point, all the ladies were gathered in a room, and I was chatting with her. She's unmarried and 3 years older than me, and is stunningly pretty too, like model gorgeous. So, we were laughing and talking well, till she brought up my husband, asking me how it's going, and if he was troubling me in any way, in a joking manner. She then pulls her phone out and scrolls down to show me pics of him from before. I was surprised she still had pics of that time, but nearly every single one of them was during the time they dated, and when I got uncomfortable and told her to stop, she just laughed it away. My husband was in his 20s then. She called it his prime, and they traveled more than me and him ever did. What shocked me most was that she showed me pics and videos of them having traveled to Barcelona twice, and this was shocking because when I told him about visiting that place, he outright refused it and said he hated that place, calling it boring. At a point, I was tired of her telling all their stories, so I left. It was probably a bit stupid to get angry about something like this, but I decided to leave the room. Later on, somewhere around late night, all his friends were down in the living room. One of their spouses had to breastfeed, so I gave her a separate room for privacy. I thought of joining them all, but then I heard one of the guys talking about how my husband's parents accepted me into the family. He and his family are all Koreans, and most of his friends belong to the same community. I am from Indonesia, and it was a lot of trouble when he told his parents about me. Though all of that has been fixed now, it felt weird to listen to that again, because a lot of slurs are still thrown around, even though I've been living here for years. My husband told him it's been tough, but it's all right now. And then his friend, whom I was chatting to earlier, talks about how she had sent him on many blind dates with pretty women and decided to choose me. They all were drunk, so maybe they didn't know or didn't mean those words, but it still hurt a lot. They all started laughing loudly, telling my husband how I was a bit ugly according to his standards in the past, and one of them even acknowledged his relationship with the girl. My husband then said words I never imagined he would, telling them that I might be ugly, but I married her. Someone who used to comfort me when I cried or bring me to the shop and gift me clothes. Someone I was now trying to have a kid with. Admitting I'm ugly felt terrible. All the incidents of the day just came down, and I walked out before I heard too much. I decided to shower and then go to sleep before they all did. But even this morning, after they all left and my husband slumped back in bed, I still keep thinking about it. It's difficult to convince myself now that they're only friends. They have a longer history than I did with him, and his friends acknowledging it was even worse. This morning, despite his state, he hugged her goodbye and arranged a pack of sweets he told me she likes and to enjoy on the trip back. It's been eating on my insecurity, especially after seeing the pictures. My husband looked much younger, without the fine lines now appearing and the youthful look back then. A part of me is jealous I never enjoyed that part of him, whereas she's not only more rich than me, but also too pretty, and it hurts after being called ugly by someone who I thought loved me. This has been bugging me for a while, and also seems like a very stupid thing to confront about. So, can any of you give me advice on what to do? Edit. She even talked about sending each other bouquets without roses, but gifts instead. I used to tell him that I wanted one of those for my birthday with books, but he told me he had better things in mind and never gave me one. I feel bad that he didn't do it when I asked him, but it was a routine for someone before me. English isn't my first language, so forgive me if there's anything wrong with the spelling or grammar. Okay, let's hear some comments and advice from some of the readers. First comment. Your issue shouldn't be with this woman, but with your husband. The man you married feels comfortable sitting around with friends and talking badly about you. A good man would have shut down that conversation and never allowed guests in his home to degrade his wife in any way. Second comment. I had to set my phone down when she mentioned her husband's friends casually referring to her using racial slurs. If anyone had the fucking audacity to call my partner a racial slur, in my own house no less, they're getting knocked the heck out. OP. I had expected him to shut it down or even divert the conversation, but he accepted it, and that's what hurts. Fourth comment. I've been in this situation before, and luckily it was right before marriage. No man should disrespect you like that, especially not your partner. When I first found out, I shut down because it was about how much I talked, and I took that as a need to feel bad about myself and self-reflect. A series of other problems came up before I finally dared to leave. I wish I had left the moment I found out, though, because there is no way someone who truly cares about you, and not what you do for them, would say something like that about you. When I left, he ended up with the girl he had talked poorly about me with. You deserve someone that chooses you to your face and behind your back. 5th comment. Of course, that hurts. Time to have a talk with him and let him know that it was unacceptable and hurt your feelings. Tell him you expect better of him as your husband. 6th comment. Then beef stew him. 7th comment. Tell him exactly how his not defending you hurt you and that you had really expected better treatment from him. They were rude, and he was awful if he didn't stop it or tell them off. 8th comment. He needs to be in your relationship or out of it. I think you would be best served, assuming he's not choosing your marriage and acting accordingly. Give him a chance, be clear about your concerns and what you heard, and then be crystal clear. If he waffles, you will assume he isn't choosing your marriage. Cry, be mad, talk to someone, but also don't hesitate to help yourself. If he hesitates or fights you on this, he's not choosing you. He's making the safe choice and hoping he can get one over on you. Also, be clear that there is no room for negotiations after what he said. She's blocked and out of his life, or you will block him and get him out of your life. Completely transparent, fair chance. Drop her, or he gets left, and he can rediscover why he and his ex didn't work the first time. 9th comment. That's a bad spouse. He should defend you, and he should never joke about your appearance with others. As the first comment said above, your main concern should be your thoughtless husband, not his ex. Although I understand her concern because she seems like an ugly person. 10th comment. He's making out to his friends he's a big catch, and he only settled for you. Maybe it's time to sit him down and tell him what you heard. Your feelings matter too. 11th comment. Feel free to talk about his ugly small penis to you, exes and friends from now on. People who do stuff like this are aware and would go insane if you do the same. 12th comment. I would tell your husband that you heard what he said and what she said, and that you're not sure you can forgive what they both said, and that he especially didn't even stand up for you. And then I would tell him you are done, unless you want to reconcile, at which point I wouldn't do it unless he agrees to counseling and cutting that girl off. Keep us updated on the situation, and please do not accept this behavior because it will lead to an affair and him mistreating you. Do not fall for his lies and sweet talk to manipulate you into staying. A man who is in love with you would never do this. 13th comment. It is not a stupid thing to confront him about. I would say you overheard him, how hurtful it was, and how disrespected you felt being the subject of their callousness and laughter. Let him know you were choosing not to hang out with these people again, and they are not welcome in your home while you are there. If he hosts them, you will be going out for the day, and he can do all the work. I would also let him know that you heard how he used to purchase her the type of gifts you asked him for, and was denied. So you will expect nothing less than that from him in the future. If you don't call out bad behavior, expect it to continue. Last comment. Agree I would have a long conversation with my husband and explain how his actions made me feel. And honestly, I wouldn't let it go until I felt that he understood me and we came up with a better solution for these situations in the future. He committed to you and your needs should be met. I would feel insecure if I had overheard this conversation, and I would be letting him know that I am not comfortable with the closeness of his relationship with his ex and her boldness in flaunting their relationship in your face. It comes across as intentional that she is trying to come between you both. I've had conversations with my husband about his coworkers, and I think it's important to express to your partner what you are comfortable with or not. For example, I have told him I am not okay with him going to eat one-on-one, driving alone in a car, etc. The earlier you learn to communicate with him about what you are and are not comfortable with as far as behavior, the better. With that said, it is a two-way street, so you must be open to listening to his needs as well. Thank you very much for listening or watching. It helps to support this channel either way. We greatly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to further support and not miss another story. Until next time, have a great day or night.